when people ask me why do pro bono, I have a couple of answers. The first one that sometimes makes people roll their eyes is it's their ethical obligation, which of course it is. But I think it can be just as meaningful for the attorney doing pro bono as it is for the well-deserved pro bono client. Personally, I started doing pro bono as a young lawyer at a firm other than Shearman and Sterling. And I would say in all the years that I was an attorney in private practice, I always worked hard and I was always very, very proud of the work that I did. Sometimes I would do all-nighters, we've all done that. And when I would go home from that, I would always fall right asleep and say, great job, well done, I'm going to sleep now. With pro bono, I work equally hard and sometimes I work all night. But a lot of times when I get home, I can't fall asleep right away because I worry about my clients' personal lives and their safety. So sometimes I've had sleepless nights because of my pro bono clients. My husband sometimes says, don't tell me about their stories anymore. It's too much to take. But I think that the thing that I especially enjoy about pro bono myself is the highs are higher and the lows are lower. So I've had disappointments and great successes in the fee generating work that I've done, but nothing like having an asylum client be released from detention after I represented him for months and months and have him walk out and be free. So it's just such an exciting thing to do, and it's super meaningful to take part in that. So I think there are really wonderful highs, but then again the lows can be really low and you can feel very bad and disappointed, but you do all you can. In the past, I've heard Esther Lardent from PBI speak so often about pro bono in all the years that I've done pro bono, and one thing that always sticks in my mind that she had delineated at a session we were at one point was some lawyers like to work on the pro bono that's at the policy level. And they think about homelessness and they want to work with the government. What should we do about homelessness? And then some lawyers want to do the class action. And some people want to help one homeless person at a time. And it really made me think about it, and I help one person at a time. All of the work is important. That's another message we give to our lawyers around the world. There's not good pro bono and bad pro bono. It's all important, whether it's 10 hours, 20 hours, 100 hours, working with the government to change the policy on homelessness, or going to a homeless clinic and helping someone get their driver's license back. I know I like to help one client at a time, but I encourage our lawyers to get involved however they want to do it. So I think personally for me, why do I do pro bono? One person at a time, helping one person at a time. It's very important to me personally that people have access to justice, and I really value helping them and getting them one step closer to the life that they want to have by just doing the legal part. So that's addictive to me, and that's what I like to do. Why do pro bono at Shearman and Sterling? I give presentations to the incoming class every year, and I try to think, why do pro bono? Again, it's your ethical obligation. The firm expects you to do it. It's part of your career. You're blessed that you are able to be an attorney. Everyone can't be an attorney, and everyone can benefit from having an attorney. I think of two things when I speak to them, to new attorneys at the firm, or any of the attorneys at the firm. We all talk about corporate social responsibility now. When I think of CSR, to me, it should be about your organization's product or service. So I would guess that a company that makes laundry soap, their CSR will be about cleanliness. So after a hurricane, they send a bus down and they say, everyone bring their laundry to us. I know I saw that in our neighborhood, which was hit very hard by Hurricane Sandy. And they would send out emails and they would say, we'll do your laundry for free, bring it down. that to me makes sense. When I think of CSR at a law firm and pro bono fitting into CSR, it should be about our product or service, which is law. So I don't think that we should be focusing on hunger. I think we should be focusing on justice and access to justice. So to me, that makes sense within a law firm setting. Additionally, especially with a big global firm like ours, we very often will have attorneys who grew up in San Francisco, went to primary school there, then went to Michigan to get their law degree, and then they end up in New York. They don't know anything about the community of New York City, or vice versa, London or wherever they end up. They're working hard, they're working long hours, it's a new city for them. Pro bono is one way that they can become part of a community. They need to get out into the community, learn the neighborhoods. Who lives there? What are people doing? What are the challenges they face? And I think it's incredibly eye-opening to have the attorneys get out into the locations where they are and to be able to do pro bono, because it makes them learn about the community they're living and working in and to become a part of it. And that can be looked at in the office locations that we have, whether it's Tokyo or Hong Kong or Toronto, but we're also now part of such a big global community with all the globalization. So some of our projects at the firm also would say, well, let's look at the issue of gender violence. Let's look at it globally. Let's have someone from London be on the team. Let's have someone from San Francisco be on the team. Let's look at the law of Argentina on gender violence. And it's a great way for people to, within the firm, to be part of a firm community, to work with people they don't usually work with, but also to be part of the community of the globe and do pro bono not only locally, but also not forget the challenges and struggles people have in other locations, and how if we all work together on an issue, we can try to make a difference in our local communities and our global communities.